Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and Scarlet Hollow. Once again, it is one of the 2 monthly episodes that are provided for by our supporters. Of course, supporters voted on the content, so episode 1 of, I hate to say it's December, yeah, that's how far back I am at this point. Holidays can be nasty when it comes to scheduling. Scarlet Hollow, once again, and again, like I've said before in the preamble, because I do come on a few minutes beforehand, we are hopefully going to be able to keep this pace up. The episode 4 was released in December. We will probably be getting into that this time around. Episode 5 is estimated probably for March. So we hopefully can do episodes monthly until then. If not, I'll have to take it off the voting cycle. Any case, so let's recap, shall we? So last time around, after an attempt to hunt down a ghost that was bothering Oscar and his daughter, we find out it's actually the ghost, or something that pertained to be the ghost, of Charles Shaw, a spirit which seems to be very irritated with something my great-grandfather did. Now, we're theorizing that Shaw was blamed for the mine collapse that took a lot of people's lives, and is responsible for the ghosts that are trying to hunt us down, and he got ran out of rail, and then he took over all of our friends' bodies and puppeted them. Now, if I ever do this again, I'm definitely to come back and make sure I have Tabitha in, because there was additional dialogue for every member you take with you on the ghost hunting. Now, assuming we get Tabitha in on that, she probably would have had a scene all of her own. So, also, I think there's like a you get a not notification achievement if you get all of them as well. Of course, that's what we do the gaming for, the achievements. Anyways, let's load back in to where we were. Come on. All right, this is Saturday. Wait, no, Wednesday in their universe, outside the library at night, and we're going to talk to Little Miss Witchy to see what the heck she thinks she knows about what's going on in this little haunted burg. Shall we? Your cousin would exactly be thrilled to hear what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as we could. Shall we? She's going to drive us back to have us talk to Tabitha, and I'm going to interrogate the heck out of her. Let's go. Night feels cold. The crunch... Oh, for God's sake. Stop whispering at me, you little freaks. I see you. I see you. Night feels cold, the crunch of the leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. Apparently she's a little blind and deaf. We're surrounded by scavenging horrors. You think we should chill somewhere outside? Inside? There are ditchings of it. Are you a witch? Edward killed James Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm scratching the surface thing. What has my family done? Wayne didn't want to make a deal with the ghost. There's a stone carving and a goat's head and a pack of wolves. Sting, what is Wayne? Okay, we got a lot of stuff to say. First thing, Edwin killed Charles Jr., but I feel like I'm scratching the surface of things. What has my family done? Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sorts of things don't come out with a betrayal and bloodshed. These things are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire is far older than this rattling bones. Don't give me that. If you want the bloody details, I'm going to have to find them. You'll have to find them yourself. Being all cryptic, huh? What is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. No. But what's wrong with him? It's not exactly polite to share people's medical history. I may not have taken a Hippocratic oath, but I still respect the privacy of others. That doesn't mean you should trust him, though. Be careful with that one. Are you a witch? He laughed, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call me one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. Well, that makes you one. That's a silly question, sorry. Don't be sorry, dear. I'm sure your mind is absolutely swimming in all sorts of questions right now. It's only natural to be curious. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on a bit. Damn it, you only get 3. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. One last rest will get you home. Alright, one last one. Okay, why can't I come? Like to a real home? Ready to get moving? Let's get the stone carving. I think that's the most right here. Something similar in the basement line, a circle of arms and chains, both give me visions. Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother had a special blend which supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece things together. Great, we're going for another mine trip. Which I think is awesome, but hey. As long as grandma's does taste better than Shanga, Ivory... Hey, you believe me? You just believe me? Of course I did. These seem strange times, Fantastic Worlds. None of us have the luxury to waste energy on doubt. Well, at least that's kind of her. Tabitha's gonna be a pain. Oh, whoa, we got one more. Can I go home? We didn't want to make a deal with that ghost. There's ditchlings everywhere. There are, and I'm afraid they will still be this numerous even if you managed to exorcise the spirit you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rotten place rather than its cause. People are unfortunately just going to have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. Well, that's great. Wayne didn't want to cut a deal. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through the deal, it would have been an affront, everything he is. What is he? Why can't I go home back to my real home? You poor dear, this is your real home. It's hard to feel sensitivity to feel these things, but on some level it called you back here. Nobody really leaves the holler, at least not forever. Call it a quirk of the town. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. No! If there's somebody out there, you want me to try it? Hello, Womber. How you doing? So, you want me to, like, shout out, no? Or it would be dramatic. I mean, I've been trying it kind of low-key this time around. So, it's kind of a thing that I've been doing. Deadpan's my thing. Let's see. I'll say excuse me. That's my default, unless you say otherwise, by the way. I mean, I don't know if you've got... Alright, let's do the dramatic. Oh my, you look absolutely horrified. I was just pulling your leg, my dear. People leave all the time. We just haven't blessed it with most frequent public transportation. Thank you, Umber. I'm trying. Lantern Aspirate is one of the easiest. Lantern Apostle is one of the hardest. And that's the one that comes after this. There'll be Shadows of the Forbidden Gods between the two once the new update comes out. But, meantime... Thank you for your patiently waiting, little woman. Fantastic worlds. I feel spies and spring chicken. You and Sybil trek to the remainder of the woods, and you find yourself in the outskirts of the estate. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. I'm not going to rest well in this house. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with somebody that prickly, bless her heart. And I am one of the few people who know what bless her heart means in South. It's not kind. Get a good night's rest. Fantastic worlds, you've earned it. Head below us back to the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. Enter the estate. Here we go. Open the door of the estate as quietly as you can, only find your cousin Ansley pacing in the floor where she's been waiting for you. I see you finally decided to drag your sorry ass back here. I don't even know what to say. I told you so many times to stay out of trouble, to keep me posted about where you are, to come home in a timely manner. What's the point of saying it all again? Clearly you don't care how your actions affect me. I don't know how to make you care. I'm going to apologize. She actually seems worried. If you're sorry, act like it. I'm done arguing. Good night. Cousin walks off, leaving you alone. Oh, well. Well, that was interesting. The polite version did not get us what we wanted. You noticed yourself entering the guest room and falling to bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town. A little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. Thing is, Tabitha and I have been prickly this whole run, and if I ever do this again, probably myself, mind you, I don't think you guys want to see me do it all over, I will probably be nicer to her. You gotta admit, she does come off prickly, and we took it wrong. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wraith and despair. The people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest over Scarlet Hollow. Oh god, we're back at this puppet show. Now, concepts like just burning it down, for example, don't work, because sometimes the house contains the evil. If you, ever saw, what is it? It's not Ringu, the other one. The Grudge. The original Grudge films in Japan, they did try to burn it down. That released the spirit to attack the Rose of Tokyo. I think, canonically, the Grudge spirit kills everyone in Tokyo. Hey, you, back up. Nobody asked you to interfere. Before it waits, if you'd like to save Virginia, do so now. Alright. Okay, so, wake up. Alright, open your eyes. It's a new day. It's Thursday, actually. Last night seemed so far away, you can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex are nothing but a nightmare chased away by the morning light. But you know the fierce spirit Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone. Okay, these are probably... I hope you made it okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Text Stella. Of the nervous puppet. We're not doing that. We were going to say to her, hey, you good? Morning hot stuff. Hey, worried. That's my favorite. Cryptic Hunter. Hey, you good? Let's be nice. You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Call. Hey, what's up? Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. It's actually recording in my voice. This isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message or don't. I never check this thing. The box is full and can't accept messages this time. Haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Alright. Creepy doll. Is it Dustin? You open the drawers. They now both have bread now. Human is back. Maybe change mind about eating us. Could be end of Dustin and Dustin mom. I would never eat you. I love you. Guess your glass house still has its squatter. Tried to reclaim a glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. You're made big and strong too. Maybe more than big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight. Give Dustin mom glass house back. I'll do my best, but no promises. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dustin mom would be eternally grateful for human. Dear? Dustin too. I'll never eat you. I love you. Dustin mom know better than trust. When push comes to shove, survival more important than friendship. Wise mother. Dustin mom spend too much time outside and different outside. There are enough bread in my room here. No to eat, friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep innocence forever. Should be going. Okay. That's that. Check the closet. It's still there. Doll moved at some point in your most recent visit, but your long dead relative's creepy doll is the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Seeing them all over the rest of the day. Take a shower. Might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step in the guest bathroom to the shower. Does nobody clean this thing? It feels good to wash out away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you have to leave this place again for the rest of your day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. There's a door in the clinic that we're drawn to. The other way back to you're sure of it. Oscar and Rosalina. Think about the afterlife. Stella running off. Think about two girls in the horrible mind. Think about Duke. Scrub previously. Think about Sybil's warning. Think about Wayne. True alone. Think about something special. Think about this hellhole and safe in your own bed. Okay. What is a thing that we've been thinking about the most? The door in the clinic is something I want to see. We have to get past her. Rosalina. Afterlife. Stella running off. Gods. Honestly, the two girls. That's the thing I think about the most. Because they're, like, caught in the middle of all this. It's not their fault. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. It's time to face your cousin. She's not here. Looks like she left a note in the counter. I had to run library and need a new house, so I'm giving the keys to the Maxwell place. And the Minders decided to stage a strike today of all days, so I won't be around. So I know there's point asking you to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyways. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Okay, talk to Frou-Frou. You walk over to the cat. Ah, sieste lieu. Quiz me quoi? Clues vif, mentendit. I missed you last night, Frou-Frou. What do you know about anything about the stone carvings? I am not here to be your commentator, Jean Detective, Jean Duchate. I am here to watch you flail in the darkness. I am not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. I missed you last night. That makes one of us. Will you ever let me pet you? It has been known to happen, perhaps one day. Yes, it's arrogant. With the right, but don't count on it, disgusting human. Nod respectfully. She scoffs, her tail pushing annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. Bye, Frou-Frou. Good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. Alright. Investigate the garden. Let's... Don's in the garden, right. You better look see... Yep, here we go. Side path. So we begin by having to talk to animals. The air is chilly today. The overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked floor heads. It's too cold. Investigate the greenhouse. Remain. It's never too cold. You carefully pick your way through the underbrush. Doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. Talk to animals. A glass house, one should say. You step forward to the door. You'll be able to see, yeah, there we go. It's shielded up by locking. Cuts a bleak lens for a horned shadow for the ancient. It's a goat. Examine the lock. Try to talk to whoever's behind it. Steal this lock. You hear a bleak against the horse shadow. Okay, what's your name, little guy? Goat. Where'd you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kind of miss him. Not that much. Don't got share no more. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me in here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs. Honestly, she stays nice and warm. And there's plenty of eats, too. Examine the lock. Looks sturdy. You have to get some tools if you're going to get this open. Maybe Stella or Kanika could lend a hand later. The human had brown coat and big boots. got like, what, fur? No, no brown fur, yellow fur, just like on top, like all you humans. Don't know what boots are, can't help you there. I guess I'll leave it to you then. Theo or not, it's a wild world out there. So she's got a goat. Missing, it's best not to keep Kaneko waiting much longer. Alright, we didn't get it. We don't. Alright, they're fine. Still as I may, no one get a chance to eat. You might make a PB enchantation for a long day ahead of you. Alright, that's that. Head to town. Time to head to town. You head to the front door, meaning your trek to down below. The sun shines down through the thin layer of crowd, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but consider countless eyes watching the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. You're surprised you find a familiar face walking up the path towards you. Hey, Avery. Hey, I was just coming to see you. Hope you're able to get some sleep after everything happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Have you never been able to chill out a bit knowing that thing was down the street? Yeah, not super conductive to a good night's sleep. You think it's still there? Does the library look different? Can you see the haunting from the outside? It's boarded up. I can't say I've gotten close enough to see much of anything yet. We could always check it out together. Though maybe it'd be better if we're not tempted. That ghost seemed pretty desperate to eat your soul last night. And yeah, I don't even know if that's metaphorically or literally. Hopefully some slapdash plywood is all it needs to contain that thing. Actually, it's a threshold. Alright, so, quick real occultism 101. Threshold. Any building that you create that has a purpose to it, that's not abandoned, like or not meant for a habitation or purpose, like a warehouse, has what's called a threshold. Basically, the people living in it, they give it purpose, they give it energy, create a barrier around it from the rest of the world. Library and a town hall are both areas of civic inhabit, and of course that Oscar and Rosalina did in fact live within there, so that created a threshold. Now the threshold is now inverted, with the horror on the inside of the threshold and the rest of us on the outside. Now again, like I said previously, burning it down, sometimes that will work because exposure to the elemental elements of fire and of course the wind as you destroy the threshold can kill it, or it can free it and it can get out. So containment is probably your best bet right now until we find an exorcist. Hopefully it's some... I don't like the thought of it spilling out into Main Street if it smells a drop of scarlet blood nearby. Ugh. There's a lot of this. Tabitha to deal with it. She's fainting scarlet. Oh, is that blood haunting? It's her. Hopefully no hooligans break into the library, get trapped in Ghost Town. No one trust the ghost in the bargain. It'll wear itself out soon. I'm a little more uneasy if this library comes to me. The ghost can stay there forever. Not my problem. Alright, out of all of this, I think in character of what we've been doing so far is probably... Now, I do want to talk about Tabitha. That should be the entity's primary target. That's cold, Fantastic World, unless they're wrong, but still cold. But I guess people feel the way they do about your cousin for a reason, don't they? I just meant that she could deal with it. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daylight. Every turn to spray the trade line. Yeah, I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now. I'm getting a good look at them with their scrunched up little Sharpay faces. So should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but they're like dangerous. Not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? You might get some eggs laid in your skin. Oh, that's all they do? They don't sound too bad. I think I'll survive a parasitic liver or two. Just be glad eating alive isn't on the table. Parasite, like, different eating alive? Oh my god. I mean, it's like getting a parasite like getting different getting eaten alive. They're still eating you, though more slowly from the inside. Sure, I get where you're coming from, but that's a pretty difference. If a mountain lion gets me, it's just kind of it, you know? I'm sure the wonders of modern medicine will be able to yank a couple eggs out of me. I don't know. I don't trust the doctor. Hello, DRM Labs. Yes, we're moved into episode 4. This is the next morning. Avery came to meet me at the estate. We've discovered that Tabitha's keeping a goat in the greenhouse for some reason. No idea why. And we're just chilling with Avery as we're walking back to town. Alright. Womber, if you've ever seen Everywhere, Everything all at once, and you really should, there's a lovely character in there who's very optimistic, and at the very end, he tells the supposedly more realistic pessimist, I've lived as long as you have on this world. I have no illusions. I choose to be optimistic because that is my choice. I am not naive. That's kind of what Avery says. There's no reason to assume everything's going to go wrong. Oh, hi, he's over there. So why, and sometimes by dwelling on it, you can make it happen. It's called manifestation. It's be sad to kill the babies, but in the end of the day, it's me or them. I gotta go with self-preservation. Yeah, he's not completely wrong about that. You enjoy the experience. God, would it be terrible to say I'm kind of neat to grow a weird little guy? Everywhere, everything, everywhere, Everything, everywhere, all at once. There it is. Michelle Yao. It's what she got the award for, I think. Yeah, 2 days ago. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It goes on about the multiverse. It tackles the multiverse nihilism that can come with enlightenment and the nature of what keeps us going. That is true. I'm usually... hey, just another mutant? You're welcome. Just another mutant? Here's my deal. I am both paranoid and optimistic because I have already been through the shit. There is not a lot of shit left in this world for me to worry about that's of higher quality. So maybe, why I'm still, of course, very tactically minded, I don't worry about it. I just prepare for it. I don't know, DRMMs, is she going to sacrifice that thing? Weird. I mean, I will ask her about the goat, though we're not in great things. I think I blew it with her. I think it would have been better if I'd been nicer to Tabitha. That was the original run when I did it with the Let's Try. I was nicer to Tabitha, but the sheer level of not liking us that she projected, that kind of poisoned me for this run, and we've been going a rather lot of, shall we say, we've been bad to her. I'll admit it. She is actually worried about us. I got her with what? If you don't agree, that's fine, to each their own. But I'm the kind of person who wouldn't mind giving a couple weird creatures a warm place to pupate if I have to spare. Alright, that is a little weird. Yeah. Oh, that's... fuck. She's using blood magic, Womber. She's using blood magic to keep the ghost away, and she's upset because the blood magic only protects the house. Boom. There it is. If she just told us this shit, I mean, it's not going to freak me out. As a person, as a character, I might go, what the hell? But I'm kind of playing a fictional version of myself who... yeah, a fictional version of myself who doesn't have occult training. It's a little weird. Keep on the sunny side of life. That's right. Till the last moment of breath. And take them out with you if you can. Anyways, and if they don't mind, if they don't kill me, you saying that she wants to be pregnant? Heard anything about Stella? Haven't heard from her, though we don't text much. I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for the early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her last night was awful. She's usually unflappable. I'm going to say that's kind of sweet. Remember, they and I, it's stubble that gets me. They and I have already established that we are friends. That's all. Kinika's got our heart. Okay. What can I say? I'm seeing someone who knows what they want. I would have to walk up here the crack of dawn, but I figured I should let you sleep a little longer, though not too much longer. I had to make sure you didn't go running off into trouble, not without me. Oh, dear gods. I already... oh. Okay, I thought we established this was a friend zone thing. Kinika and I are coming. Absolutely. I told Winnie to be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's actually packed with miners. Well, they're all pissed. They must be using it as a home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that. I have to imagine Tabitha would have told you that this morning. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It's not long till you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Fantastic. Oh, like it. Nice mesh. I made it. I picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're everything like emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Better after seeing Fantastic Worlds. What? That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Alright. He's crushing on us. They're crushing on us. I'll get that eventually. Mom was insisting I caught a cold and I wasn't buying it, but all this morning I've come around. Ooh, yeah. Moon buckles there. Definitely witchy. Yeah, that's 5 phases of the moon. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, considering a ridiculously stressful week we've all had. Yeah, the ghost drained you. Avery recovered quickly, though. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. You're all stylish as ever in the morning after being trapped in the Nightmare Realm. That's really nice of you. Picking up outfits is an important part of my morning ritual. It helps me get better out of tough mornings. Like this one. It's nice. I can't believe I'm talking about fashion when Stella might be in trouble. Thanks, though. You're sweet. You think there's a rational explanation for all this? Kinika sighs heavily. Rational, sure. Rooted in reality that until a few days ago I thought was devoid of all magic and supernatural shit? No. Ghosts are real. They can suck into illusionary dimensions and puppet your body like a fleshy marionette. Remember, being, a skeptic up to the point where this happens is all good and fine, but after this point, it's denial. Next thing you know, you find out there's a secret society of warlocks running the country, or the angels are real. Huh? Oh, give me a moment. The hell was that? Well, it's probably a good idea. Apparently the game's gone sentient on me. Okay. I can... There's a pop-up. The pop-up threw me up. Sorry about that. I can probably say there's a good chance both of those are correct. You gotta admit, though, it's kind of thrilling, though. Anything could be possible. Who knows what kind of new day holds for us all. Got like a new power trio going here that Stella's out. Maybe make it a power quad. I kind of hope that. It'd be a little more thrilling if more terrifying. All the magical stuff we found so far just wants to hurt us. We need a magical being that's on our side. Where are the magical girls when we need them? I don't know if Sailor Moon can help. But I mean, we have got an animal whisper, don't we? That's pretty magical. Yeah, I forgot. I am the magical. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'm the chosen one. That job kind of sucks, by the way. Wait, you can talk to animals? For real? When are you going to tell me? Wow, I'm going to need you to tell me whatever animal we meet is saying. This is too cool. You really took it in stride, didn't you? Take everything in stride. There's no better way to live. Eureka, your mom's totally a witch. Maybe she's a magical girl. Speaking of magic to your mom at some point today, maybe we should set some light. Maybe we want to set some magical potential soon. We can still need rational aliens. You know what? Rational explanation? You know, aliens. I've got my hopes that this turns out to be someone in a mask trying to scare us out of town. Yeah, what can I say? I am Animal. There is actually a superhero called Animal Man. I think he's a Grant Morrison. No, or not Morrison. The older one. Alan Moore. Yeah, Grant Morrison and Alan Moore are both confirmed magicians, by the way. Alan Moore's old school ceremonialist, and Grant Morrison's probably a chaos magician. And no, I'm not kidding. Okay. Let's do that. Magic. I want to see your mom at some point. Maybe she'll set some light into things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today. She couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After all, last night I wouldn't doubt that she could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe. White Witch from Wizard of Oz going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole New Age mysticism thing. A lot has happened in the last couple of days. Look, I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't have all these existential crises. There's plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Okay. Someone man on the general store. Screw the general store. Mom can deal. Whoa, did I miss something? You good, Kanika? You did some family drama. I'm sure it's going to take a sick day anyways. I don't want to infect the entire town, whatever cold this is. So, okay, we've already established, by the way, despite this is the present day, COVID does not exist in this timeline. Maybe the government's actually did something about it. Instead, I'll just infect both of you and whoever come across her looking for Stella. I've got a good immune system. We're gonna... I'm not going to go into are we still going to leave today, because we don't want to leave today. Let's not dawdle and worry about Stella, and she doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed. Let's go to work. Where to first? Okay, Stella's house, cops. The cops are no. Oscar and Rosalina. Check out the diner, the mines, the church. Alright. Keeping Avery. I'm not going to dump him. Stella's house is the most logical place, but I definitely want to check out the church. Okay, so, just to let you know, we may do a split run, because if I don't have the opportunity to talk to the pastor today, I am going to reverse time and do so again, simply because I want that speech. The pastor can talk to animals too, and this is the only type of run, if you're doing a speak with animals, that you can talk to them about it. So, we'll do that just in case. But, currently, we'll do the logical things. Stella's house. Start at the most obvious. A good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything myself today, just in case there ran another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. Alright. You make your way to Storyl's house. Nikki knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. That's a bad sign. Now, in most horror films, this is where we get whacked. In most drama, in cop drama, this is where the bad guy tackles us but leaves behind a clue. In this case, I kind of wish I had 12 gauge. She's dead. Stella died, and it's all my fault. She's not from around here. Normal people... this is it. It's normal people to leave their doors open. I've left my patio open on occasion, usually when I'm home, but I've had squirrels take as an invitation one more time to bust in and take a few bites out of my plants, so I keep my doors closed. It's bad enough to go after everything in the community garden, but they come to my house and help themselves to my precious leafy babies. The squirrels of Scarlet Hills are my only true enemies. Well, we'll get more. And you think it definitely no better to leave the door wide open, especially considering the ditchling situation. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Cool, I'll be brave and go first. Avery goes to the threshold in Stella's house. Still alive? Okay, the living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add the last part. I'm going to forgive you for that. You said that and just be thankful it doesn't look like a crime scene. Okay. Kitchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread is in the counter, but I used butter knife. Stella is normally this messy? Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call it this messy. It's a little messy. This is a little messy. I don't know what you call my room. I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. It seems too lived in, if that makes any sense. Though maybe it's just because I've only been here when she was already expecting me. Maybe this is a rare peek of the curtain at the real Stella. The real Stella should call her friends and know she's okay. Yeah, I'm actually considering this could be mundane as mental illness. We've caught symptoms of her suffering from depression, because remember, if you remember from episode 1, assuming any of you were been catching up with this, and I do apologize for the quality for the first couple of episodes, because, yeah, I kind of waited a little too long, and there was a bad for Seal to reply, and there was a bad connection. But I kind of think we got a good pace going here. But anyways, both her parents were killed. Now, we never pried about it, because I don't pry about trauma for my satisfaction, my own satisfaction. But yeah, I'm guessing that her sunny nature is kind of... Oh, there's the picture of Gretchen. Her sunny nature is kind of a cover. Check out the room. You make your way down the hall to what you assume. Yeah, well, true. Or, mind you, we drop on a knock plus edge, and we summon them to do our bidding. Got a plushie of Gretchen over here? Bet you that's merch. Huh, there's the conspiracy stuff over here. We should check that out if we can. You make your way to the hall where you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. It's a little untidy. It's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't have guests in their bedroom. It's inside violence. I better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't going to say anything. Check her computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some kind of clue there, something like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left wide open. Well, maybe the computer was left open. Exactly. If there's a password, maybe we should take a peek. Maybe we found the first note in the elaborate scavenger hunt she set up overnight. Sure, snip away, but I'm not going to take part in this. I'll just be over here standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Right then, Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There's simply too many files and folders to fit in a monitor and the overlap between the chaotic multi-layered display. Whoa, how do you find anything on here? You don't. Come on, let's go. Check her open tabs. Take all day to count the number of open tabs in your browser, so numerous there are tabs against a single icon, a sea of rounded, featureless triangles from winded edge to Windows edge. Our most recent tab is a thing on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptologist enthusiasts. We're posting questions about something big is happening in Scarlet Hollow. Hey everyone, was checking out a skunk ape sighting the other night, and I found these little weird guys. My mom says they're called ditchlings. We've never heard them before. Anybody have any good leads in Appalachia? Camera is shaky. Now, this is totally staged. Plain footage and some sort of cryptid no one's ever heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing is Google ditchling because I'm saying in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when high quality footage counts anything but an actual evidence, these things are terrifying. Yes, yeah, I'm feeling it. This is actually nicer than some of the forums. I had to leave one a couple days ago because it just got completely racist and sexist. Since every low budget horror film started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG, alternate reality game. I'm serious. I've got tons of extra footage. Look at them doing to my animals in town. They apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I got a moth stand in my crowd. But I believe you. Ugh, lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Hey, I am a scientist, and I am a YouTuber. Degrees in biology. The occult thing's just on the side. Thread continues the next day. A-OK, 1, this is an ARG, and I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this. We ran to an abandoned mine last night to investigate, and I'm pretty sure we found Tommy knockers. Listen to the knocking we found on like tape. There's a link to audio file called knockertommersreal.wave. Just because you put the word real on your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events back to back. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to some big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Hello, do you like things now, Large Poppy knows. This is definitely an ARG. You sell it to Pillsbury? Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her. I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving him a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. Thread ends. Wow, poor Stella. Remind me never be internet famous. Here's hoping my SoundCloud says need you and appreciate until the day I die. Okay, whoever did this really knows it. Wait, like a Stephen Keeper gets cute. Yeah. Tommy knockers? Yeah, they're actually a real thing from Welsh mythology, which they were supposedly... Tommy knockers are anything for what they called kobolds, I believe, who were spirits underground who would knock on the mines. Now, while in this telling, and like the most modern tellings these days, they were supposedly threatening and about to knock down the mine, in the original mythos, they were warning the miners to get out of that area because it was about to collapse. You can take it either way that you want. Check her search history. She hasn't visited your website since Tuesday night. Came home after the last night since she didn't tuck her browser. There we go. She may not have come home at all. Search history is almost entirely work later. A fierce set of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of the ditchlings. Then that's that. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Depends. The thing is, Womber, a lot of times spirits are connected by bloodlines. So if the spirits were connected to local bloodlines, like in this case, was the ghost of Shaw is connected to our bloodline, and they had a beneficial relationship in the past. They can remember that their great-grandparents of the miners set out little milk. For all I know, the miners set out little milk for them every now and then. Yeah, they'd look out for them. I mean, the whole thing about seeing spirits and that sort of stuff is that people seem to forget, despite the super rationality of our culture, we have been doing folk magic forever. If you put salt over your shoulder, knock on wood, don't step on a crack, break your mother's back. All these things are little rituals, folk rituals, in order to try to control the reality around us. Whether you consider that just to be a psychological effect or a magical one, it depends on your belief system. Thank God. I love seeing someone's room before they had a chance to clean up. This little neat little shaft up. This looks like a room. Any thoughts? It's a mess. Do you think there's a struggle? I don't think there's any... Yeah. You're just saying that to tease me at this point, aren't you? I should clean my room just in case I go missing. If you need help tidying up, I know a few miners looking for a side hustle. Look, this isn't that messy, and my room is not that messy for that record. This is what I want. Her room was like every entire time I've known her. The only time it's ever changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could be more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Yeah, a little green would help. Oh, does she have that cork bagel string thing? She loves putting strings on there. I don't think she actually means anything, but I think they're more for decoration. Okay, you don't think... Yeah, let's move on. Do we have a second run at this point? Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't. She's definitely missing. I thought maybe she was overreacting this morning. I hope she would just be sleeping in, but I can't believe she's actually missing. I got an accomplishment that I missed, unfortunately. It's just off the corner over there. Just realized the right side of my screen. Yeah, I was missing an inch there. Alright, got the icons on the right. Remember, I'm running 4 windows at the same time. Monitor's big, but it's not that big. We'll find her. Where to next? Alright, cops, Rosalina, diner, mines. The diner is a good place. Church, like I said, we'll save the church. If we don't get an opportunity this time, I will reverse time and come back to that save point. Speaking of which, I should probably save point each time we do something like this, just in case. Now, logically, we go to the mine, the diner, because that's where all the people are. If anybody saw Stella, then they would be at the diner. Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into somebody who's seen Stella. Boom. There you go. Here's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. Yeah, we might lose him as a result. The diner is busier than you've ever seen it, with small booths packed with miners, all wearing Adidas tracksuits. What's going on here? There's a strike up at the mines that made the diner the base of operations. Huh, good for them. It's about time something like this happened. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd shown up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing. I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize, and I can't say I have. I've been a little preoccupied. This is great for business. This fellas have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. Do you need any help? No. Do you need any help? Sorry. No, Sal and I can handle it. Hey, Sam. Yeah, we've still got a few minutes left, so... Like I said, probably got just under half an hour left this one. But yeah, a lot has happened. Stella's missing after the craziness of last night, so just we're concentrating on that part. The rest of the plot you may have to catch up from the previous recording. No, Sal. I can handle this. One of your friends gone missing more important than the busy shift. Oh my god, I miss small towns. One thing about small towns I dislike was... well, there's a lot to dislike about them, especially the conservative bent. But did like is that people were humans. Nowadays I just feel like when I'm in the city, I'm a piece of meat. Miners don't even notice you into the diner. Instead of speaking in hushed tones, arguing so loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess shift schedules are pretty brutal. I like more vacation days. I like to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits are amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or dealing in the work. Trust me, the longer this goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. Mining is hard work. I have relatives, see, my ancestors, 5 generations back, they were working mines in the UK. At first, you're unhappy, then you figure you weather it till you find something better. Paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give solitary shit about you, use up every free second so it can suck out more workers and pay us just enough to survive, but not much we can ever eat the hell out. Well, I can tell the author and I have some opinions in common, and this is actually more of an observation than an opinion. I mean, if any of you actually feel like you're getting ahead on your job, let me know. We could get fired for this. I really need that paycheck. I can't get fired in the company housing. That makes a big difference for me. Company housing, that's an interesting one. Company housing is usually I only see on people using H1C. Right, I'm not sure I'm using the right term for that. Immigrants, basically foreign workers that come in, do a season's worth of work, and come back out and live in some shitty trailers. Yeah, it used to be all over rural New England, but I think it's only gotten worse. And that's one of the reasons their wages are so low, is they don't have to pay minimum wage to these guys. But on the other hand, it's why your eggs don't cost twice as much. Right, the company housing, how generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't maintenance in decades. Well, I see she's typical. Taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck is sure shit ain't going to property tax and upkeep alone. All right, maybe we will kill Tabitha, take over, and become a better master of these people. See, I hate to say this, I don't think I'm an anarchist. It's hard to explain. I don't believe in a single person having a lot of power, but I don't believe that everybody can have an equal amount of power. Some people are just better at administration than others. Not really power struggle, just the fact that some people can run numbers and some people can't. Company housing, that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. True, there's a lot of property that's not getting used. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone's joined the picket line, the collapse. Oh, brothers. If those were the ghosts of the miners back 3 episodes ago, I think, during the collapse, maybe they set this up? Man, think about being that, the owners of this world, if they have like legions of pissed off wraiths. That would be, somebody needs to write that horror film. She can't afford to lose all. We have the power here so long as we're united. Have you seen Stella? Miners turn towards the doorway, all is glaring at you in unison. You the YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we got a lot going on. We appreciate him, buddy, and Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. Hope she's okay. Weigh in on Harrison's situation. What do you want to do, Harrison? I don't know. This ain't your business. Those sorts of questions exactly what someone trying to break a strike would be asking. Come on, Avery. You don't think a Fantastic Rule is trying to break your strike. And how do you know that? This person's a stranger in a scarlet. Hold your horses there, Zach. I don't care if you all stand for a good cause. I don't even know how much bacon and eggs you're bought. You start a fight in my establishment, you're out. Let's handle this like civil adults. You hear the lady, don't get involved or I'll take this outside. You don't want to take it outside, bro. You might be a miner. I'm a veteran. Sorry, fellas. We won't bother you. We'll make ourselves scarce. We're going to be nuts. You really think we're going to talk to you, kid, after you tried to pull with Harrison? We're not fools, and you're about to talk shop with a strikebreaker. Look, I support you guys. Maybe we can say this on next week. Tabitha's mom just died, and the whole strike is hardly fair. I may be the boss's cousin, but I support the strike. Like, yeah, you do. Let's just back off. We're here to find Stella, not tassel Tabitha's overworked employees. I guess we should be going. You turn around and leave the diner. Avery and Kanika going chase behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Alright. I'm gonna check out... Alright. I'm 3 is what I'm thinking we've got here. So, I'm going to leave this to a bit of a vote. If anybody's out there, any of y'all want to call in, what do you want to do? Cops? I'm really against that one because they have been covering up everything. Oscar and Rosalina at the Maxwell place, the place they moved in after they lost their place to a ghost. The mines themselves, which are now abandoned. The church. Now, the church is going to be the one where we talk to the pastor about talking to animals, which I kind of would like to do, but... I also know there isn't really a way to pitch it in story to these two guys. And really, Oscar and Rosalina would be the logical one to do, but I'm almost exactly positive that Stella would be avoiding them. So, that leaves between the mines, the cops, and the church. Honestly, there is a reason to do the church. We could say that we think that she's there asking for spiritual assistance. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Unless any of you out there has an objection wants to try one of the other 3, assuming that we don't get any other options this time around. I'm doing my usual 20 seconds, by the way. It's really cool when I record is I've got actually the time elapsement on there over here. I can actually check it second by second. I can check it frame by frame if I wanted to, but I don't really think there's a purpose to that. Technology. We might be imprisoned by it, but at least it has some interesting features. And 20 seconds has gone by. Church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted by evidence of the afterlife, so she might be trying to get into the religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we better be barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough. Well, actually... Strength of the strike is almost actually affected by past things from the game. Leaving the kids down there makes it guaranteed to be strong. Okay, thanks, Sam. I did save it for the save, but... The problem is I've only got... Thing is, I want to try to do this beforehand because if I go back and do it again, I can't be guaranteed I'm going to have a live doing it. So I want to see how we go here. I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water over there too. Seems like a good idea to cover all bases at this point. Plus, you know, the holy water. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Dan will pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around a little longer. That's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts. Dude, look at us. Kanika leads the way, leading up the gradual slope to the church. You know, I've lived here a few years now, and I actually never been to the church. That's probably for a good reason. Where is that weirdo? Oh, my. 4 visitors at once on a Thursday. It's unprecedented. 4 visitors. This is Stella. Wow. But there are only 3 of us. Oh, no. We're followed by a ditchling. We're followed by Wayne. Oh, Zane. Sup, old people? Damn you, false hope. Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I had the past 2 days have forced me to mix existential crisis, my dudes. I want to see if faith had any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. I'll give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a way off of the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over the pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if I need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Well, anyways, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night, and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've never seen hide or hair of Stella. You gotta talk to my wife. She's over by the alpacas. Oh, Fantastic Worlds, hoping you might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to him he can't be said in front of us? Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. Yep, this is all right, we can get the juicy details later. I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rivers get started. It's okay, happy to talk to him. Thank you, sir. I think I'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. We'll be right over there by the fence, conveniently in line of sight, okay? In a minute. Your friends head off to Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with a nervous pastor. I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought it might have been of some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point it must have been the Lord himself talking me through them. But I never had anything insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Whoa. Being cursed, you met Frou-Frou, Grit and Pritchell. Okay, first. Whoa, are you telling me you can also, but I thought I was the only one. Well, I guess the 2 of us are just kindred spirits. Are we sure we're actually talking to the animals? Well, I think there are at least two of us, I have no doubts. There are definitely times in my life when I thought it just might be insane. But it's consistent. I never exhibit any signs of insanity. Well, religious experiences can technically be considered a type of insanity, but I don't go there. I am deaf. After what Dawkins has been doing lately, I'm more inclined to be forgiving. In my most doubtful moments, I've considered the possibility that other entities might have used animals to confuse my faith, demons. But at least a particularly vicious hamster had grown up, and the most an animal ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. So I somehow doubt they're puppets for some otherworldly evil, unless that otherworldly evil wants me to overfeed my pets. Okay. Have you met Frou Frou, Gretchen, or Pixel? Of course I have, but I learned not to let on that I have the gift, at least while other humans are around, so I haven't spoken with any of them. Though I do get the feeling Frou Frou wouldn't even talk to me if she knew how I could understand her. I've tried to be friends with the alpaca when no one else is around. Emphasis on tried. They're surprisingly cliquey. They are, actually. Alpacas were a thing in the rural areas, were a fad for a while because of the wool. It kind of died off along with the ostriches. By the way, I like the fact you can see them over there. Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with wildlife, and I'm sure no one's looking. Okay. Best friends, friends to Janie know. Is it just weirdo or remain silent? We're gonna be nice. I'm not gonna say this. This is cool. I'm not gonna say it's a curse. Okay, a relief. We're gonna go with a relief. Likewise, there may be more than just two of us now. I have met suspicions that Tulip might have inherited the gift. Her child. There might have been some particular nasty rats in the church, and she said some things that led me to believe she might be able to understand them. She's interrupted by the sounds of snapping twigs and a high-pitched giggle, partially muffled by the underbrush at the edge of the property. There's Tulip. Tulip, come out here. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods, especially not now, kid. Tulip glances back into the woods quiet as she hesitates. She's been talking to the animals. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go in the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls there. Why don't you help Mum with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Okay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I have a firm parenting moment just there. She's been trying to run off in these woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for us adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, and it must be at least 50 years old. It's all grown over. It looks like it's part of the landscape. There's a lot of that. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling hip deep in a mound of rusty cans and broken glass, and that sucks. Happened a couple times to people when I was a kid. You learn, by the way, if you're out in the woods, to always test the ground before you go forward. Not just for this, but for also what's referred to as blood moss, which can absorb an enormous amount of water in swampy areas, and you can hit it and not realize there's a pocket of water underneath of it. Oosh. Tetanus Lake. Okay. Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about that. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip will stay away if I started calling it that, or they'll only make it more alluring. Probably more alluring. Oh. What a hard weekend. Maybe if you had a construction equipment or even professionals. It's a big area, and you have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying with the church rats? Ah, yes, the rats. Though you and I are used to this sort of chatter we hear from wildlife, it's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, there's something so sinister about them, and they're huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying. Ditchlings haven't tried to talk to us, but... That's right, Runbur. We'll find out, I'm sure. Tulip had never shown evidence of the ability before. She'd never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversation with the birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats, she calls them friends, and I've been drawing all pictures of them. Really ghastly things. Ugh. I tried to bring it up with her, but she gets a little smile and doesn't say a word, like it's her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out in the trash heap. Ever since she's been talking about her friend, she's been trying to sneak out there. I'm convinced she's going to get hurt or catch some sort of disease. What have they been saying? Well, they like to try and goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. Okay. Let's switch over to real-life occultism for a moment. Demons can possess of animals, okay? Malignant entities. I don't like to use the word demon because in Greek that just means spirit, okay? By the way, are you paying attention to the picture in front of you? Because if you look over to the right side of the church, there's Wayne right there. That's the thing about this. You got to pay attention. Anyways. So this sort of thing would be exactly what they do, because I knew a preacher who was stalked by a hostile entity. He'd already taken care of it by the time I met him, but yeah, he stalked him and tried to get him to give up his faith. A little weird. This is my life. I don't think they're a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since I started talking to them. I hate to think what they say to her when I'm not around to hear. Have you actually seen them? No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but a church has all the signs of an infestation. There's no mistaking the sound of little creatures stamping in the walls. Except, Lovecraft expert here, rats in the walls. One of his episodes was about demons actually taking the form of ghost rats. I left out some humane rat traps they're too smart from. All it's done is waste peanut butter. Okay, if they're eating, they're actually there. And I caught a possum one, poor thing. Possums are never very bright, but at least he got a nice scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal. Has Janie heard them? She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her jobs until late, and we spend our evenings in the house, just me and Tulip all day long. Janie knows Tulip has some strange little friends, but she thinks it's an imagination game. I was kind of hoping I'd sort this rat issue out before we get suspicious, but they're persistent, so I have to hire an exterminator if you get the money for one. Do it. It didn't come to that. They're rats. They'll breed. Are you sure they're rats? I think so. Master shifts in company for a moment. I hope so. Anything I can do to help? Maybe try talking to him. That would be lovely. I'd certainly appreciate a helping hand here. I don't want to be too much of a bother. You should come finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around. No problem. Out of the corner of your eye, I see Kanika and Avery heading back to the two of you. They must be finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen the cell either, so we better get going. Yeah, thanks for suggesting me up here, Fantastic Worlds. We got to feed the alpacas, and they were so cute and soft. It was awesome. Janie says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners, and a few extra for me, of course. Hopefully your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by in one of the best circumstances. I'll let you be on your way. I do hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put some good prayers to the big man for her. Can't hurt. All right then, thanks. See ya. You can start walking by the path to town and you follow. Girl's town, sir. Okay, what was that about? Seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone. Yeah, he didn't even say anything weird, did he? Tulip's apparently made some weird imaginary friends. I'm going to check it out later. Boom. They would keep his secret because he asked it. That's the right thing to do. But we also don't hide anything from them. We're omitting the information that remains private and would not be consistent with the our needs. Friends, wizards, imaginary friends. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Aster Daniel says there's a rat musician church and the rats are her friends. I don't know. It seemed weird. I should have known we'd deal with a spooky kid at some point. Okay, as much as I hate going back there, I guess it's a loose lead. If we don't have anything else to investigate once we've found Stella, and Kanika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, are they maybe going to check out the church? Sounds like a plan. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Okay. Right, so let's go to Oscar and Rosalina. Let's check in on them. And then I think after that, we're going to call it an episode, simply because I'm a little over. Check in on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. Tabitha dropped the keys this morning. The old Maxwell place. Tabitha them in a broken-down ruin that should have been bulldozed years ago? Sounds like her. I guess it's good they have a roof over their head, or what's left of a roof. Your cousin is going to get earful next time I see her. Ego storms off down the road, and you Avery claw close behind. You may not have to do the resave. It looks like we have a chance to do all of them. You don't get far for the growling, sound of growling and desperate hiss catches your attention. Get away from me. I am supposed to be indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak. You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered pixel and alley. You must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. Ditchling distracted from his hunt rival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes filling with alien indifference. Hey, quit it! Girls feel meek as they leave your ditchling unaffected, turns it back to its cornered prey. Is there a pipe or something lying around? Maybe I can scare it off. There's no time. I'm grabbing Pixel. You've react. A small pack of dogs rounds the corner. Oh my god! Okay, looks like I am the chosen one here. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs rounds the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling from the wall, and takes turns biting and tearing it until it's ripped to shreds. As complete, they saunter towards you. What the? Is that Daisy? Scraps, and what looks like every dog in town, all kind of dog gang. I lived! Pixel, you got out of the library, you poor cat, come here. I'd wondered about you. Quaxel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering under your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush out the library. I wasn't that scared. I've even been helping out. Little Pixel's been volunteering as a scout. Don't worry, we're always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have numbers, and they're hardly very bright. We made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. Do you know where he's supposed to be? Good doggies. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You call us Good Dog? Daisy Good Dog? Daisy tail wags excitedly before she regains her composure. Sorry. Just love to hear it. You're the Scraps I've been hearing so much about. Ah, the one and only. This here's Daisy, and I got a few other concerned locals with us, just as well. I was making sure the cats and dogs of the Hall are well cared for in recent events. This is actually the rival to the mayor, who kind of an asshole. The mayor's a dog, too. Long story, if you haven't been keeping up. Yeah. I vote for him. There are more of us and the things in the woods every day, popping out of the innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us. They are parasitical. Parasitoids. Thank you, biologist. He's done a fine service. You best may keep Pixel inside from here on. I got a feeling things are only going to get worse from here. To see you try, I was an indoor cat. Now that I taste the outdoors, I will never be satisfied by indoor life. Maybe I can wait till all the monsters are gone. Make sure he gets back to his family. We appreciate it, human. Word's been going around the town, and one of us who could properly understand us. It's good to have you on our side during these strange times. Odd things are going around here. It's important for all living things to watch out for each other. By the power of Gaia, we unite. You've seen or smelled Gretchen. Is she missing? Oh dear, Scraps, you don't think? Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her. Wherever she is, I'm sure she's safe from those things. A dog like her doesn't have to age without watchful human at her side. Can you help us out of here? Help us find her? You got better noses, sort of thing. We'll do our best. We didn't tend to make many trips into the woods, but as for Gretchen, we'll take that risk. She's a well-liked dog in these parts, been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to these monstrosities. Keep safe, though. So Gretchen really admires you, Scraps? Oh, she flatters me so. I'm nothing special, just another dog. All the more reason to go after her before it's too late. Don't be a modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. That's more than be said for Jimmy. He thinks he's so high and mighty, the mayor. He thinks he's so high and mighty, but God, I'm getting an Irish accent. She thinks so high and mighty just because she can sit about the day of the best, as if obedience is the best quality in a leader. Some dog militia? Yeah, I suppose you could say that. I'm sure you've met the town's illustrious leader by now. When the powers that be abandon you, it's up to the rest of us to band together and protect those who need protection. Organize! Mutual aid. Anything humans can do about the ditchlings? They ain't hard to kill when you got a whole lot of us. They die easy enough, as long as you get caught unawares. That's why I'll gathering of local dogs. A big pack is a safe pack. Jimmy may not do anything to help, but doesn't mean we can't take matters into our own hands. Now, Daisy, you don't need to start with the mayor. He has his own priorities. So long as he doesn't get in our way, we don't need to go start in trouble. Screw it. Take over. Yeah, screw Jimmy. What a joke. One of you should have been mayor. Well, aren't you that sweet? Damn dog just ain't fit to lead. It's not his fault that humans in this town flung him out so far of its depths. Aren't your families worried about you? We're country dogs. As long as we come home for dinner, most of us ain't missed too much. Speak for yourself. I know my family's been worried he's sick, but I can't let it get away of what's important. Besides, if we went home, they'd not tie us up, and I'd be sitting a dog. We'd best be on our way. Same for us. First time we know of. These things are during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hill need us more than ever. Make sure the humans keep an extra watchful eye on their furry companions. Alright, so we're going to be calling it here because, unfortunately, I have exceeded my time for the episode, but I do hope you kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, we found out we haven't found Stella, unfortunately, and not the best image to deal with, to end on, but I'm glad we saved Pixel. I was worried about them. I think it's a female. I'm not sure, actually. Anyway, so yeah, the dogs and militias is, I gotta say, Speak with Animals is the best fucking perk in this game so far. Look at all the additional material it's actually dropped onto us. And I mean, Occult, when we had it before, just dropped onto us a few extra lines about being spooky. And Hot, okay, Hot's been fun. Apparently we got like a romantic triangle generating here, but Speak with Animals gotta be the best. So, like I said, hope you enjoyed this, and I did try to give out a little bit of a warning this time with the post. I only had 30 minutes. Don't know if any of you caught it. Let me know if you did. But, yeah, I'm going to try to make this a little easier for you guys to see. But, in any case, I will, of course, you know the drill if you're on the recording side of this. You're welcome, Womber. You know, on the other side of this, on the recording side, down below, we links to the Gumroad payment platform. You can become a supporter and gain access to additional material and unlock additional episodes like this one, which was voted on by the supporters for the month of December. Yes, the holidays put me that far behind in recording. I will be trying to catch up this month, however, and I hope you all have a lovely day/night.